In competitive exams like the ones for banking, SSC, or railways, every single second counts. You have many questions to answer in a very short time. Mathematics, or quantitative aptitude, is often the section where students spend the most time. If you are slow in calculations, you might not be able to attempt all the questions. This is where maths tricks come in to help you. These tricks are like secret weapons. They help you solve problems much faster than the traditional methods you learned in school. Using these simple shortcuts can save you precious minutes during the exam. Imagine you are in the examination hall. The clock is ticking loudly. You see a long multiplication problem. If you use the old long method, it might take you 2 or 3 minutes. But with a simple trick, you could solve it in just 30 seconds. That saved time allows you to answer more questions, which increases your total score. Learning these tricks is not about being a genius. It is about working smart. These methods are easy to learn and can make a very big difference in your final result. They turn a difficult section into a scoring one. Let us learn a fantastic trick for multiplying two numbers that are close to 100, like 96 and 97. Using the normal multiplication method for this would take some time. The base 100 method makes it very simple and fast. This trick is very useful in exams where you often see such calculations. The main idea is to use 100 as a reference point or a base to make the calculation easier. Here are the simple steps to follow. First, see how much less each number is than 100. For our example, 96 and 97, we find the difference. So, 100 minus 96 is 4, and 100 minus 97 is 3. These two numbers, 4 and 3, are the key to our trick. The next step is to add these two differences together. So, 4 plus 3 equals 7. Now, subtract this result from 100. So, 100 minus 7 gives us 93. This number, 93, is the first part of our final answer. Now let's find the second part of our answer. This part is even easier. You just need to multiply the two differences that we found in the first step. So we multiply 4 by 3. This gives us 12. This number 12 is the second part of our final answer. Now we just need to put the two parts together. The first part was 93, and the second part is 12. So we combine them to get 9,312, and that is our answer. Let's try one more example to be sure. Let's multiply 92 by 95. First, find the differences from 100. For 92, the difference is 8, since 100 minus 92 is 8. For 95, the difference is 5, as 100 minus 95 is 5. Now add the differences. 8 plus 5 equals 13. Subtract this from 100. 100 minus 13 is 87. For the second part, multiply the differences. 8 times 5 is 40. The answer is 8,740. Finding the square of a number can sometimes be a long task, especially during an exam. But there is a very easy trick for finding the square of any number that ends with the digit 5. This trick is like magic and will give you the answer in just a few seconds. For example, think about finding the square of 35. This means 35 multiplied by 35. Instead of doing the long multiplication, we can use a simple shortcut that works every single time for numbers ending in 5. Let's look at the steps for this trick. Take the number 35. The last digit is 5. The first part of our answer will always be 25, which is 5 multiplied by 5. So you can write down 25 as the ending of your answer right away. Now look at the other digit, which is 3. The trick is to take this digit and multiply it by the next whole number that comes after it. The number that comes after 3 is 4, so we multiply 3 by 4, which gives us 12. This is the first part of our answer. Now all we have to do is put the two parts together. The first part was 12, and the second part was 25. So we write them next to each other to get 1,225. That is the final answer. The square of 35 is 1,225. You can see how this method is incredibly fast. You do not need to write anything down except the final answer. It is all about a simple multiplication and then joining the numbers. Let's practice with another example. Say 75. We need to find the square of 75. First, we know the answer will end in 25. So write that down. Now look at the first digit, which is 7. What is the next number after 7? It is 8. So we multiply 7 by 8, which gives us 56. Now, put the two parts together. We get 5,625. So the square of 75 is 5,625. So percentage calculations are everywhere in competitive exams. You'll find them in profit and loss, simple and compound interest, and data interpretation questions too. Being slow at calculating percentages can actually cost you a lot of marks. Now, many students find percentages difficult, but honestly, there is a simple way to think about them. The trick is to break down the percentage into smaller, easier parts. Instead of calculating a difficult percentage directly, you can find it by adding or subtracting simpler percentages that you already know. Let's see how this works with an example. Suppose you need to find 45% of 80. Calculating 45% directly might seem a bit tricky, but we can break 45% into two parts, 50% and 5%. It's very easy to find 50% of any number, since it's just half of the number. So 50% of 80 is 40. Now we need to find 5%. Finding 10% is also easy. You just move the decimal point one place to the left. So 10% of 80 is 8. Since 5% is half of 10%, 5% of 80 will be half of 8, which is 4. Now we have the two parts. We know that 45% is the same as 50% minus 5%. 50% of 80 is 40, and 5% of 80 is 4. So, to find 45% of 80, we just subtract 40 minus 4, which equals 36. Let's take one more example to make it very clear. Let's calculate 21% of 300. We can break 21% into 20% and 1%. First, let's find 10% of 300, which is 30. So 20% will be double of that, which is 60. To find 1%, you divide by 100. So 1% of 300 is 3. Now we add 60 plus 3 equals 63. The answer is 63. Learning these maths tricks is the first step. But the most important step is to practice them regularly. Just knowing the trick is not enough. You must practice it so many times that it becomes automatic for you. When you see a problem in the exam, you shouldn't have to think about which trick to use. It should just come to you naturally. The best way to practice is to solve questions from previous year's papers or from good practice books. Try to use these shortcuts whenever you solve a maths problem. At first, it might feel slow, but with practice, you'll become much faster. Create a small notebook where you write down all these tricks. Keep this notebook with you and review it every day. Just a quick 5-minute look at the tricks daily will help you remember them. You can also try to use these tricks in your daily life. For example, when you're at a shop and see a discount, try to calculate the final price quickly in your head using the percentage trick. This kind of real-life practice makes the concepts stick in your mind. The more you use them, the more confident you will become. During the exam, staying calm is very important. Many students know the answers but make mistakes because of stress and panic. Your confidence from practicing these tricks will help you stay calm. Before the exam, make sure you get enough sleep. When you receive the question paper, take a deep breath. Do not rush into solving the questions immediately. Spend a minute to quickly look through the paper. Start with the questions you feel most confident about. This will give you a good start and build your momentum for the rest of the paper. Remember, competitive exams are not just a test of your knowledge, they are also a test of your speed and mental strength. These maths tricks are tools to help you with the speed part. Your practice will build the mental strength. Believe in yourself and your preparation. Every question you solve using a trick is a small victory that boosts your morale. Keep practicing, stay positive, and you will surely crack the exam. Your hard work and smart work will definitely lead you to success. All the best for your bright future.